Hi students, wish you wonderful morning. Welcome to this video session, Triangles, 6th part of class 10 Mathematics. In this video session, you are going to learn two important theorems. Number 1, areas of a similar triangles. Number 2, Pythagoras theorem. Based on these two theorems, we are going to solve few questions from exercise 6.4 and from exercise 6.5. Before we get into the session, let us recall the similarity concepts. What are they? AAA, SSS and SAS. Do you remember all these things? Yes. Take your classwork and your textbook, open the page number 141. Write down the notes which we are going to discuss in this video one by one, especially the theorems and the questions. Let us begin the session with theorem number 6.6, areas of a similar triangles. For that we should have two similar triangles, triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Let me read the statement of this theorem. The ratio of the areas of two similar triangles is equal to the square of the ratio of their corresponding sides. See, look at this arrow mark which shows the left hand side, that is what we want to prove in the left hand side part. Ratio of the areas of two similar triangles. Area of a ABC divided by area of a PQR. And next, second arrow mark shows that in the right hand side is equal to square of the ratio of their corresponding sides. Corresponding sides of what? Similar triangles. So what are the corresponding sides here in these two triangles? AB, PQ, BC, QR, AC, PR. That is the thing we have here. So can you understand this statement and the equation what we want to prove? Yes. Can you say the properties of a similar triangles? Corresponding angles are equal. That is the number 1. And corresponding sides are in the same ratio. So that is angle A is equal to P, angle B equal to Q, angle C equal to R. Similarly, what is the ratio we will get? AB by PQ, BC by QR equal to AC by PR. To find out the area of a triangle ABC, what we need another measurement? We know the base. What about the height? For that height, we have to construct the altitudes AM and PN. So draw AM. Look at this diagram. So we have drawn AM and PN. You know base and height. Now we are going to calculate the area of a ABC and PQR. So area of a ABC is equal to half into base BC into height AM. Similarly, area of a triangle PQR. And we are going to find out the ratio of these two. Substituting the value in the numerator and the denominator, and after cancelling half and half, we will get BC by QR into AM by PN. Exactly in the triangle ABM and in PQN. So we are going to prove that triangle ABM and triangle PQN are similar. We can use this information. Angle B is equal to angle Q, right? Angle B and angle Q, they are equal. And angle M and angle N, they are equal. So, in triangle ABM and triangle PQN, angle B is equal to angle Q and angle M is equal to angle N. Using these two information, it is more than enough to prove that these two triangles are similar by AA similarity. After proving that similar, what we will get? The corresponding ratio. So what is the corresponding ratio? AM by PN. Next, AB by PQ. Even the third one we will get, but we are going to use these two. So we will get AM by PN is equal to AB by PQ. Note down this. So this is the thing we are going to replace in the equation 1 in the place of AM by PN. Can you understand here? Okay. What about BC by QR? Already we have in the given part. BC by QR also can be replaced by AB by PQ. So in both the ratios we will replace AB by PQ into AB by PQ. We will get AB by PQ the whole square. So this is the thing we want to prove in the RHS. Can you understand? And to get a BC by QR the whole square, we have to draw like this altitude from the vertex B. And to get third ratio, we will get the third ratio by drawing altitude from the vertex C. We don't want to write all these, but you can write it as a similarly. So only one part is more than enough to prove, and the second and third we can write it as a similarly. We will get the result as these three ratios are equal to each, even the square value also equal to each. So at last we will get LHS which is equal to the RHS. Can you understand? So better to write down in your separate paper and check it yourself, that is evaluate your paper yourself. Now question number 1 from exercise 6.4. Let triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. So they have given clearly they are similar, and they have given the area. So which theorem can be used here? Theorem number 6.6. Just before we discussed, right? As per that theorem, we will get the ratio area of a ABC divided by area of a DEF. So according to that triangle, we have to change the ratio. Look at that. AB by DE the whole square, BC by EF the whole square, AC by DF the whole square. And we know area of two triangles 64 and 121. What about EF? They have given 15.4 centimeter, and we are going to find out using these three information BC. So out of four ratios, which can be replaced? First and the third. So substitute the given values in the equation, and we will get 64 centimeter square divided by 121 and BC by 15.4 the whole square. So when you transpose the value to that side, we will get square root of 64 divided by 121, and which is equal to 8 by 11. Now we will get BC. When you transpose 15.4 to that side, exactly can be written as 154 divided by 10. So 111 is 11, 14 11s are 154. When you multiply 8 with 14, we will get 112, and divided by 10 will give you 11.2. So what is the value of a BC now? It is 11.2 centimeter. So can you understand? Now question number 2 from exercise 6.4. Diagonals of a trapezium ABCD with AB parallel to DC intersect each other at the point O. So AB parallel to DC, which two sides are parallel? AB and CD, and diagonals intersecting at the point O. Another important information given that AB is equal to 2 times of a CD. So with that information, we are going to find out ratio of the areas of two triangles. What are the two triangles? AOB, COD. Where we have AOB, AOB and COD. So which theorem can be applied here, as they are related with the areas? Theorem number 6.6. To apply that, we should have a clear idea about a similarity of a triangles. Those two triangles should be similar. Let's see whether are they similar or not. So in two triangles AOB and COD, angle AOB is equal to angle COD. What type of angle they are? Vertically opposite angles. And in next, as they are a parallel, and we consider AC as the transversal, so we can get it angle OAB is equal to angle OCD. What type of angle they are? Alternate interior angles. It is more than enough to prove that these two triangles are similar by AA similarity. And what we will get as a result? The sides are in the same ratio. Corresponding sides are in the same ratio. What are the corresponding sides? AO by CO, AB by CD and OB by OD. Can you understand up to this? And you are going to apply theorem 6.6. According to that triangle, we have to change the ratio, and you are going to replace AB by 2CD as it is given in the question, and substitute the value that there in the equation, and CD and CD will get cancelled. We will get 2 square divided by 1. Exactly is what? 4:1. So what is the ratio of those two triangles? AOB is 4 parts when you compare DOC. So DOC is 1 part and AOB triangle is 4 parts. So 4:1. Can you understand? Question number 3 from exercise 6.4. In figure, ABC and DBC are two triangles on the same base BC. So exactly one of the diagonal BC, right? On the BC, on the side, on the diagonal BC, we have two triangles. One is triangle ABC, another one is DBC. And we are going to compare that ratio should be equal to AO by DO. Let's see how. What we want to prove, it is given there. Okay. Next, construction. To find out the area, already I told you, right? One of the measurement is base. It is given. What about another thing? Height. How do we find out a height? For that, we have to construct perpendicular altitudes. AM is perpendicular to BC and DN perpendicular to BC. Look at this diagram. Can you see this? Okay. So what about the area now? Can you say? Half into BC into AM. Next, half into BC into DN. So we found area and we are going to compare it to find out a ratio. What about the ratio of those two triangles? After cancelling half and half, BC and BC, we will get the ratio AM by DN. So we found AM by DN. But it is not equal to AO by DO, right? How do we equal those two? Let's see now. And we are going to prove that triangle AMO and triangle DNO are similar. How do we? And already we know, right? Those two angles are 90 degree. And these two angles are vertically opposite angles. So using that information, we will prove that orange color triangle and a blue color triangle are similar to each other by AA criteria. And we will get at last the ratio AM by DN, which is equal to AO by DO. So now we got AM by DN is equal to AO by DO. So which one we want to prove? Am I clear? Now question number 4 from exercise 6.4. If the areas of two similar triangles are equal, prove that they are congruent. Let us take the two similar triangles ABC and PQR. Their areas are equal. It is given that in the statement. So we are going to apply which theorem now? 6.6. So by theorem 6.6, we will get this equation. In that, we are going to replace either of the value by this. Or area of a triangle ABC to be replaced in the place of area of a triangle PQR. So we will replace here and we will get the ratio when the numerator and the denominator are equal. After cancelling each, we will get it as a 1. Equal this 1 to the right hand side. So AB by PQ the whole square is equal to 1. When you transpose the power 2 to that side, become square root 1. So what about AB by BQ? Then which is also equal to 1. So at last, we will get AB equal to PQ. Similarly, other two sides BC equal to QR and AC equal to PR. When you compare one with this, okay. So we got all the three corresponding sides are equal. More than enough to prove area triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by SSS congruency rule. Can you understand? Such a easy question. Very, very important. Question number 7 from exercise 6.4. Prove that the area of an equilateral triangle described on one side of a square is equal to half the area of the equilateral triangle described on one of its diagonals. What about a diagonal of a square? Do you know that? First, let us calculate the diagonal of a square. Let us draw one square of side A. And what is the diagonal here? AC and BD. What about the angle there in the corner? Each equal to 90 degree. So, look at the diagram. BCD, right angle at C. And which theorem can be applied here to find out a diagonal? Yes, it is Pythagoras theorem. So, as per the theorem, BD square, which is equal to BC square plus CD square. What is the length of a BC? A. Here also EA. So A square plus A square, which is equal to 2A square. So BD is equal to square root of 2A square can also be written as root 2 into root a square. This power and root will get cancelled, which is equal to a into root 2. So what is the diagonal of a square? Common measurement, it is a root 2. If the side of the square is a 5 centimeter, then what is the length of a diagonal? It is 5 root 2. Can you understand? So we found diagonal, and you are going to construct two equilateral triangles based on the given condition. Equilateral triangle described on one side of a square. So what is the side of a square? A, right? With that side, we are going to construct one equilateral triangle AED. Another equilateral triangle, it is yellow color, right? BFD, of side A root 2. What is the special character of equilateral triangle? Yeah? All sides are equal. Do you know? Yes. So, as per the statement, what you are going to prove? We are going to use the LHS equal to RHS concept. What is our LHS? Area of an equilateral triangle of side A. Okay, and it is equal to half the area of the equilateral triangle. So half the area of equilateral triangle of side, one of its diagonals. What is our diagonal we found? It is a root 2. We are going to prove by LHS and RHS method. What is the area of equilateral triangle formula? It is root 3 by 4 side square. In the place of side, what you are going to replace? A and a root 2. So if you substitute a, we will get LHS is equal to root 3 by 4 a square. And if you substitute a root 2, we will get 1 by 2 into root 3 by 4 into a root 2 the whole square. Okay, what is a root 2 square? A square into 2. After cancelling 2 and 2, we will get root 3 by 4 a square, exactly equal to LHS value. Can you understand? I'll repeat. So area of a equilateral triangle of side A is equal to half the area of equilateral of side a root 2. Can you understand? Okay, very good. So now you are going to do the homework questions. Question number 5, 6, 8, 9 in the homework notebook. I hope you will. Look at this triangle ABC, exactly right angled at 90 degree. From this vertex, we are going to draw one of the perpendicular to the hypotenuse. Okay, and like this. After drawing, we will get two new triangles. One is ADB, another one is BDC. See, to understand clearly, I just drawn two separately. What are the two triangles? Triangle ADB and triangle ABC. See, to identify, I just use the same color, A and A. In those two triangles, angle A is the common angle. And in the small triangle, D is the 90 degree. And in the larger triangle, B is the 90 degree. That is that I mentioned here. So, which is the order we have to follow? Triangle ADB is similar to triangle ABC. As the angle A is common, angle D and B are 90. That's why we used AAA similarity to prove it. They are similar. Can you guess the second pair? That is BDC triangle. Try. So triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC. I just use the D with B. Angle D and B are 90. C is the common angle. So we are not supposed to write it in some other order. So our triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC. At last we conclude that as they are equal, and we can compare those two triangles, triangle ADB is similar to triangle BDC. Can you understand here? Okay. Yeah, it is a well-known theorem, Pythagoras theorem. In a right triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Which is the hypotenuse here in the right angle triangle ABC, right angled at B. AC is the hypotenuse. So what we want to prove? AC square, which is equal to AB square plus BC square. So now which theorem we are going to use? Theorem number 6.7. Yeah, we are going to draw one altitude. That is like this. BD is perpendicular to AC. We have drawn. And we will get two triangles. Triangle ADB is similar to triangle ABC. 1. Triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC. So, using that concept, we will get a ratio AD by AB, DB by BC, AB by AC. Out of 3 ratios, which one we are going to use? Which contains AB. Am I clear? Why? In the right hand side, we have to get the result as AB square. So, AB into AB, we will get AB square. Am I clear? Okay. So, AB square, which is equal to AD into AC. Similarly, in the next pair, triangle BDC is similar to the triangle ABC. So, what is the ratio we will get? BD by AB, which is equal to DC by BC, equal to BC by AC. In this, we have to get BC square. So, we have to use which contains BC. Okay. So, BC square, which is equal to DC into AC. After finding these two, what are you going to do? We are going to do the addition. Adding those two results, we will get AD into AC plus DC into AC, which is equal to AB square plus BC square. How do we? Which is the common factor in those two? AC is a common factor, right? Bring it out, and AD plus DC. What is AD plus DC? AC. So, AC into AC, which is equal to AC square, equal to AB square plus BC square. Can you understand? And now, question number 1 from exercise 6.5. Sides of a triangle are given below. Determine which of them are right triangles. In case of right triangle, write the length of its hypotenuse. So, hypotenuse only in right triangle. Am I clear? So, out of 3 measurements, which is the longest side? 25. Consider this as the hypotenuse. Let us try by the Pythagoras theorem. What is that? AC square, which is equal to AB square plus BC square. AC mean what? Length of a hypotenuse. Out of 3, which is hypotenuse? 25. So, what is the 25 square? And that can be equal to 7 square and 24 square. So, 625, which is equal to what is 7 square? 49. 24 square? 576. When you do the addition to those two, we will get 625. So, those two values are equal, and we conclude that the given sides make a right angled triangle with hypotenuse. What is hypotenuse? 25 centimeter. Can you understand? Good. And now, second subdivision. 3 centimeter, 8 centimeter, 6 centimeter. Out of 3 value, which is our highest value? 8. Consider this as the hypotenuse. So, apply the Pythagoras theorem. What is 8 square? 64. What is 3 square? 9. 6 square? 36. Add those two. We will get 45. Are they equal? No. So, they are not equal. Obviously, the given sides will not make a right angled triangle. Can you understand? So, like this, will you do the third subdivision and fourth subdivision in your homework notebook? Yes. Now, question number 2 from exercise 6.5. PQR is a triangle right angled at P and M is a point on QR, such that PM is perpendicular to QR, and show that PM square, which is equal to QM into MR. So, what is given? Angle P is equal to 90 degree and PM is perpendicular to QR. So, which theorem can be applied here? Theorem number 6.7. The 3 pair we have proved, right? Do you remember? Yes, that is the thing we are going to do, but careful about the 90 degree angle. So, 90 degree exactly, keep it in the middle. Okay. So, what we want to prove, that is given. And proof part, triangle PMQ is similar to triangle RPQ. I did not take it as a PQR, I have taken RPQ. Angle P 90 degree, right? That's why. So, angle M compared with angle P, angle Q is the common angle. And second pair, can you say with the RPQ triangle? Try. So, triangle RMP is similar to triangle RPQ. As RPQ same, we can compare triangle PMQ is similar to triangle RMP by the theorem 7.6.7. So, by that, what we got the ratio? It is PM by RM, which is equal to MQ by MP equal to PQ by RP. So which contains a PM, that is the 2 ratio we are going to take to get a PM square. So PM into PM square, which is equal to QM into MR, hence proved. Such a easy question, only we are going to do apply theorem number 6.7. Can you understand? Question number 6 from exercise 6.5. ABC is an equilateral triangle of side 2A. Find each of its altitudes. I have just drawn the diagram ABC, equilateral triangle of side 2A. All three sides are 2A. And another special character in equilateral triangle is altitude and median are equal. So that's why here we are going to take a triangle ADC to find out the altitude. What is the hypotenuse in this? 2A. What is the one of the side DC? It is a half of a 2A. It is what? It is A. So look at this diagram. Triangle ADC of measurement A to A. And we are going to find out what is the altitude H. So which theorem can be applied here? Pythagoras theorem. So AC square, which is equal to DC square plus AB square, AD square. By Pythagoras theorem, AC square, which is equal to AD square plus CD square. To find out AD, just we have done like this. AD square, which is equal to AC square minus CD square. Transpose here. Okay. And at last, what is AC? 2A square, which is equal to 4A square minus A square equal to 3A square. How to find out altitude H? We have to transpose the power 2 to that side to make it as a square root of 3A square. So this power 2 and root will get cancelled. That's why we will get A but with the root 3. So what is the altitude of an equilateral triangle? It is A root 3 if the side of the equilateral triangle is 2A. Can you understand? Now question number 7 from exercise 6.5. Prove that the sum of the squares of the sides of a rhombus is equal to the sum of the squares of its diagonals. So what we want to prove? PQ square plus QR square plus RS square plus PA square, which is equal to SQ square plus PR square. So I have drawn the diagram here. PQRS is a rhombus. In rhombus, can you list out the properties of a rhombus here? What are they? All sides are equal. Diagonals intersect at 90 degree. That is making a 90 degree in the middle. And diagonals bisect each other. What does that mean? Diagonals bisect each other. That means PC is equal to CR. SC is equal to CQ. Or if you want to calculate the length of SC mean can be written as SC is equal to half of SQ. Similarly, PC is equal to half of PR. Can you understand? Now this is the thing we are going to use. Take a part of a diagram, that is triangle PCQ, where we have PCQ, right angled at C. What is the length of a CQ? I mentioned there, right? CQ is equal to SQ by 2 and PC is equal to PR by 2 as diagonals bisect each other. So now we have two measurements with the right angle. Which theorem can be applied here? By Pythagoras theorem, PQ square, which is equal to CQ square plus PC square, can be replaced by SQ by 2 the whole square, PR by 2 the whole square. So at last SQ square by 4 plus PR square by 4. So we will get PQ square is equal to SQ square plus PR square divided by 4. Up to this, can you all understand? So very first point what we have here, all sides are equal. That means PQ square is equal to QR square, which is equal to RS square, which is equal to PA square. So at last we will get all the four sides are equal, right? So this LHS can be written as 4 times of a PQ square. And 4 into multiply this value. 4 and 4 get cancelled, which is equal to SQ square plus PR square. So which we want to get it as a result. Question number 5, 6, 8, 9 from exercise 6.4 and question number 3rd and 4th subdivision from 1 and 3rd and 4th from exercise 6.5. At last learn and write the theorem number 6.6 and 6.8. What is 6.6? Areas of a similar triangle. 6.8, Pythagoras theorem. So take care of yourself, stay safe, have a good day.